So I suppose the first thing I wanted to ask you, Dash, is how did you first get introduced to Martec?
So I first came across Martec as a young salesperson, Craig, which wasn't that long ago. I think a lot of back in the days in the sort of 90s, a lot of dealerships were using Martec, and usual sort of environment where a consultant would come in. And back in the day, you used to have the tables where you would basically have these sort of memory jogger with, I think it was a 3-slip. The top one was white from memory, the middle one was yellow, the back one was red. So you keep the white one, the yellow would go in the box, and the green one would go on the spike.
The manager.
For me, it was fantastic because I'd never sold before. I got into the industry like a lot of people like accident, but it was a very structured sales process. So customer would call in and say, "Good morning, Daksh, Gupta speaking. How may I help you?" Yeah. Okay. And was it a manual or automatic? Petrol or diesel you're after? Okay, great. Well, you then say, just hold on for a second, put them on hold for a second. Oh, great news, we've got a number of those in stock. And when's a convenient time for you to pop down? Tomorrow or this afternoon? And you will just be using open and closed questions all the way through. And it worked. It just worked brilliantly. And I guess, when you're a young salesperson, it's your first job that you do what you are supposed to do. You don't start thinking you know it better than anybody else. And surprise, surprise, I followed the process and did reasonably well with it, and the rest is history, as they say. So I've got fond memories of Martec, and I remember meeting Ken Stuckey and working with Neil Purcell and the guys there. So I've got very fond memories of Martec, and I think it actually probably formed a lot of my views around sales process in my formative years as a young salesperson 20-something years ago.
So you reaped some rewards from that, presumably, in terms of you appointed lots of customers and sold extra cars, you think, or?
100%. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was remarkable. The conversion level onto appointments was huge. It was a very, very simple script, but it just worked. And I think, if my memory serves me right, Craig, it came over from Australia. And it worked. I think Ken brought it over, and it just was remarkable how such a simple script just worked. So I had a very, very high level of appointments, but I just stuck to the script. That was, and it just worked. And as we used to say back in the day, appointment sells cars, doesn't it?
And how did you find the success for your teams when you started moving into more senior roles, when they started to use the format?
Yeah, I think it worked really, really well. I think what a lot of groups like ourselves have now done is, obviously, because of the scale we've got, we now invest in our own in-house team. But the principles that we're using as a big group or Martec use are very, very similar, and they're just a bit more tailored towards your own group, how you want to run things, really. But no, I think that, as I said, a control sales process, it's just common sense, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Ash, really, really appreciate you spending some time. I know it's precious to you.